The galaxy had enjoyed peace for nearly 2 centuries. Trade routes stretched across thousands of star systems, and countless civilizations worked together under the authority of the Galactic Council. For many species, war had become something distant, a subject studied only in history records. Planets that had once feared invasion now focused on science, culture, and exploration. Massive spaceports connected distant worlds, and diplomatic ships traveled safely from system to system. But peace had slowly made the galaxy complacent. Many civilizations had dismantled their large fleets, believing that conflict would never return. They forgot that the universe was vast, unpredictable, and full of mysteries beyond the edges of explored space. Far beyond the known territories, in a lonely region near the outer rim of the galaxy, a mining vessel belonging to the Valoran Collective was surveying a massive asteroid belt, rich in rare minerals. The crew had spent weeks analyzing the rocks when their sensors suddenly detected something unusual drifting silently between the asteroids. At first, it appeared to be a giant structure, something artificial and ancient. The crew speculated it might be the remains of a lost civilization, or perhaps an abandoned station from a forgotten war. But the object began to move, slowly at first, then with unnatural precision. Before the Valoran scientists could properly analyze it, the massive object opened like a mechanical flower, releasing thousands of smaller ships. Within minutes, the mining vessel was surrounded. A brief distress signal echoed through space before the ship vanished in a flash of light. That was the galaxy's first encounter with the terrifying force that would soon be known as the Exarth Dominion. Unlike any species encountered before, the Exarth did not communicate or attempt diplomacy. They did not send ambassadors or make contact with the civilizations they encountered. Instead, they invaded. Entire star systems fell within days. Planets were stripped of resources, cities reduced to silent ruins, and billions of lives vanished without warning. The Exarth fleets moved like unstoppable storms, appearing suddenly and overwhelming everything in their path. Their ships were massive and heavily armored, capable of destroying entire fleets in a matter of hours. Within 3 months, 3 advanced civilizations had already been erased from the galactic map. The survivors fled across the stars, carrying stories of destruction that spread fear across the galaxy. Alarmed by the growing threat, the Galactic Council called an emergency gathering on the central world of Aurelia Prime. Representatives from dozens of species filled the enormous council chamber, their voices echoing beneath a dome of transparent crystal that revealed the stars above. The Valoran ambassador spoke first, describing the destruction of their mining vessel and the terrifying power of the enemy. The representative of the Keldari Union explained that their long-range probes had confirmed the Exarth fleets were continuing to expand deeper into galactic territory. A commander from the Trell Dominion reported that even their powerful war fleets had been defeated in the first engagements. Panic spread through the chamber as each report made the situation appear more hopeless. Many civilizations had not fought a real war in centuries. Their fleets were outdated, their soldiers inexperienced, and their people unprepared for a conflict of this scale. As the discussion continued, fear slowly turned to silence. Many delegates realized that the galaxy might be facing extinction. Then, from a quiet section near the back of the chamber, a human voice spoke calmly. "We will stop them." Every head turned toward the speaker. The representative from Earth was young compared to most of the other ambassadors. Humanity had only joined the Galactic Council a decade or 2 earlier, after discovering faster-than-light travel. Many older civilizations still considered humans inexperienced newcomers. The Valoran ambassador looked at the human with visible doubt and explained that 3 advanced civilizations had already been destroyed by the invaders. The human ambassador listened quietly and then replied with simple determination that if the galaxy did nothing, many more would follow. The room fell silent again, but this time the silence was filled with curiosity rather than despair. Humanity had developed a reputation across the galaxy during its short time among the stars. Humans were known to adapt quickly to new challenges, to think creatively under pressure, and to continue fighting even when the odds were impossible. These traits had been shaped by life on Earth, a planet considered unusually dangerous by most alien standards. Violent storms, powerful predators, extreme temperatures, and strong gravity had forced humans to evolve resilience and determination. What other species considered unbearable environments were simply part of human history. Because of this, humans had learned one simple lesson long ago. Survival often depends on refusing to give up. Within weeks of the council meeting, human shipyards throughout Earth, Mars, and the asteroid colonies began operating without pause. Massive construction platforms assembled new warships at astonishing speed. Factories produced weapons, engines, and experimental defense systems designed specifically to counter the Exarth technology. Human scientists studied every piece of information collected from destroyed star systems, searching for weaknesses in the enemy ships. Military commanders trained both human and alien crews together, preparing a united defense force unlike anything the galaxy had seen before. While other civilizations debated strategy, humans focused on preparation. The first major confrontation occurred in a region known as the Helios Corridor, a critical passage connecting several major trade routes. If the Exarth captured this area, dozens of populated systems would become vulnerable. A coalition fleet assembled there, consisting of ships from 10 different civilizations. At the center of the formation was a newly constructed human flagship called the HSS Guardian. Its design combined advanced human engineering with technologies borrowed from several allied species. As the coalition fleet waited, tension filled every command bridge. Long-range sensors eventually detected the incoming enemy armada. The Exarth ships appeared like a dark cloud spreading across the stars, their numbers far greater than expected. Panic spread among several alien commanders who believed the battle was already lost. The enemy fleet outnumbered them several times over, but the human fleet commander, Admiral Elena Torres, remained calm. Instead of retreating, she ordered the coalition ships to maintain formation and prepare for coordinated attacks. When the Exarth forces launched their first assault, human fighter craft moved swiftly between the larger alien ships, targeting vulnerable systems and disrupting their formations. Human cruisers unleashed experimental energy pulses that interfered with the Exarth power networks. For the first time since their arrival in the galaxy, the invaders began losing ships. The battle in the Helios Corridor lasted for 6 intense hours. Explosions illuminated the darkness of space as ships from both sides were destroyed. But slowly, the balance shifted. Human tactics confused the Exarth fleet, forcing them to retreat after suffering significant losses. News of the victory spread rapidly across the galaxy. It was the first time anyone had successfully stopped the invaders. Many civilizations that had once doubted humanity began to see them differently. The victory proved that the Exarths could be fought and defeated. Over the next 2 years, the conflict expanded across dozens of star systems. The Exarth continued their relentless advance, but the coalition forces grew stronger with each battle. Human engineers redesigned alien ships to improve their speed and firepower. Human instructors trained soldiers from many species in new combat strategies. Fleets that had once operated separately now fought together under unified command. Although the war remained brutal and costly, the galaxy slowly began to resist the invasion more effectively.
The most important battle of the war occurred near a massive natural wormhole known as the Battle of Orion Gate. This gateway connected two enormous regions of space. If the Exarch captured it, they would gain access to hundreds of inhabited systems. Recognizing its importance, every available ship from the coalition gathered there. Thousands of vessels formed the largest fleet ever assembled in galactic history. At the center of the formation was the human command ship, the HSS Resolve, where Admiral Torres coordinated the defense. When the Exarch Armada arrived, even experienced commanders were stunned by its size. The enemy fleet seemed endless, stretching across the stars like a dark ocean of metal. The battle began with an overwhelming exchange of weapons fire that lit up space like a second sun. Fighters clashed in chaotic swarms, while massive cruisers exchanged devastating blasts of energy. Entire formations disappeared within minutes. For 12 hours, the battle continued with no clear victor.